Think, friend. Here, what is needed is little thinking. Please know, everybody needs a teacher. It's not that we are batting for the teacher, they are unemployed. The teacher who feels unemployed is stupid in this knowledge of self-knowledge, okay, in the absolute. Because ignorance is natural. Listen carefully. Ignorance is natural. But there are two types of ignorance. Listen carefully. There are two types of ignorance. What I am talking about is not something that I am trying to make it up. It's a universal story. It's everybody's story. Everybody must see it for himself. One type of ignorance is ignorance about the objective world. The world that we see, hear, touch, taste, smell. The objective universe, the stars, the planets, the whole elements, space, air, fire, water, earth. Those are the objective world. Think. And another type of ignorance is ignorance about yourself, which not many people talk about. That is where you go into scriptures, the Shastra, which talks about that you do not know anything about yourself. Average person will not accept it. Because, do you know yourself? Yes. Who are you? Son of my father. Very comfortable. Son of my mother. Very comfortable. I'm a man. I'm a woman. I'm an Indian. Or I'm a, whatever it is. You sit down with that idea. Listen carefully. This is something, who gave you this idea? Your father gave you, mother gave you, society gave you, teachers gave you, religions gave you, all these different type of identities about yourself. Who gave you? Who gave you the name? Think, friends. Where from you got your name? As simple as that. Where from you got your name? If your name is an identity, understand. Your relationship, so many, so many different types of identities are given to you. Your education, another identity. Parentage, another identity. Society, another identity. Belief, another identity. Education, another identity. Who gave it to you? Did you get it by yourself? As even everybody with all good intentions, consciously, unconsciously, has added to the ignorance of yourself, you need somebody to take you away from it. Here we are given so many different types of identities we are given. Now, as even some people have confused us, there shall be at least one person who shall release us. What has happened is, please see, what has happened is, in the process, when we are getting the knowledge of, while removing the relative ignorance, let us say about the trees, I become a botanist. So, botany is the field of knowledge, talks about the trees. The knowledge has no individuality. The book does not feel it is a botanist. Neither the trees feel they are the objects of studies by the botanist. But the person, individual who studies botany becomes a botanist. About the material physical universe, you don't talk about it. The physical universe itself has no problem at all. But you say physics. That you're talking about this world, velocity, wealth, all that different solid material phenomenon. You say you study physics, there's a branch of knowledge, physics. But having read it, while removing the ignorance about the world around, I consider I am a physicist. See the difference between knowledge and the knower. Riches do not feel rich. I feel I am rich. Are you getting that point, please? I feel I am rich. Body doesn't feel it is dying. I feel I am dying. Just see the point. Body doesn't feel young or old. I feel I am young or old. Thought by themselves are no conflict or emotion. I feel I have a conflict. I am angry, hateful, jealous. Are you getting that point, please? There is one place where all this confusion happens, and that is yourself, the I. Because the moment you start removing your relative ignorance, you are gathering relative knowledge, it adds to your individuality. You are not born physicist. You are not born PhD. You are not born managing director. You are not born anything. Just even the sense of I was not there. But the moment you pick up certain experience, each experience you own. I see, I hear, I touch, I taste, I am alive. You understand? So it looks like every time you are picking up an experience, every time you are knowing something, an identity is picked up. Right or wrong? Are you getting that? Identity is picked up. Now, therefore, the I, who are you? Too many identities. The person doesn't know anything about himself. So when you are removing your relative ignorance, listen to that statement. When we are removing our relative ignorance, as though we are adding to the ignorance of the self. Are you getting that point, please? This is a relative statement, not that you can add to the ignorance of the self. You can't add to ignorance. Just I am giving a statement. Because there is, with I, with maybe a simple idea that I am a man, that much. But the moment you learn physics, I am a physicist, now one more identity to deal with. When you get a job, I am a managing director, another more identity to deal with. When you are married, I am a husband or wife, another set of identity to deal with. So more you gather knowledge, the more, the greater the fields of identities. Are you getting that point, please? So when you try to educate yourself, when you are gathering knowledge, unconsciously we are entering into a more confusing field. That is adding to, understand? It is adding to, the more we are getting into that, we are adding to our field of confusion. That is why uneducated person seems to be little more relaxed than the educated person. Therefore, it does not mean we should be uneducated. No. For God's sake, be educated, get into the problem, but go beyond it. Ignorance is not the solution. Knowledge is neither the solution. Poverty doesn't solve your problem. Riches do not solve it either. Unemployment doesn't solve the problem. Employment doesn't solve it either. Being a bachelor doesn't solve your problem. Getting married also doesn't solve your problem either. Are you getting that point, please? Please see this. Being a non-believer doesn't solve your problem. Being a believer doesn't solve your problem either. Being a believer did not solve your problem. You become a non-believer. Being a non-believer also doesn't solve your problem either. Do you know why? Because it's not that you have a problem. You are a problem. How many people will accept this? Listen, friends. You don't have a problem. You are a problem, relatively. Okay? Don't say, therefore sit down there feeling condemned, I am a problem. No. We are not here to give the, guilt to you. It's not like that. The scriptures do not do that. We'll see, so beautiful. You don't have a problem. In a relative world, you don't have a problem. You are a problem. Please see how it is. Think, friends. This is amazing. Go with it. Go with it. At the end of the day, if you do not understand, we shall talk about it. But wait out for something. This is mind, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Because you don't have a problem because, listen, You don't have a problem because in this universe there is nothing called a problem. Nothing called a solution. Understand? There is nothing called a problem, nothing called a solution. By itself, nothing is a problem. By itself, nothing is a solution. Are you getting that point, please? Unless a human being, it's like this body, unless a human being, unless the individuality is there is nobody to brand it as a problem. Think, death, is it a problem? Or I am dying is a problem? Think, which one is right? Death is a problem? Birth is a problem? It's a phenomenon. It's a condition. Birth is a condition. Death is a condition. Is it pain or pleasure? Problem or a solution? Mystery or obvious? Nothing. A person must come. Are you getting that point, please? An individual must be there to name it. Why some people say, very good morning, another person, what a morning it has been. So morning is good or bad? Youth is good or bad? Riches good or bad? Sunshine is good or bad? A disease is good or bad? Think, friends. You see the universe. Listen, you see the universe. Listen carefully. Physically, you see the universe. You think it a problem. You don't see a problem. You think a problem. You see, listen carefully, you see tsunami coming, let us say. You see the tsunami coming. If you are on the top of the mountain, 500 feet height, you happen to be on the 500 feet that time. And then you see this sea is rolling with 60 to 100 feet height, waves are coming. How shall you feel? Wow, the rare sight. You want to photograph it, selfie along, in the backdrop of the tsunami. The fellow who is on the beach, will he say, wow, what a thing? Wow, dead. Why? I am dying. Not that that fellow is coming. Do you understand? Even when somebody dies, do you feel bad because that person is dead or you are helpless? Think. It's just like looking at a photograph, friends. Please observe. You have to see that. Isolate yourself completely to understand this problem. When you see a group photo, where do your eyes go? When you see a group photo, suppose somebody has taken a photo now, in a group photo, hey, see this photograph? What happened? Immediately your eyes will look for your munji. Your face, where is that? Suppose your face is, you are doing this, at that time you are about to sneeze and he has taken a photo. What shall you say? The photograph is not good. Photograph is not good, and your photograph is not good. No, think, friends. If you could not do it in Madras, you shall say Madras is a bad place. You could do it, nothing like Madras. Think, please think. There is nothing called a problem in this universe. There is nothing called a solution in this universe. That is why nature never repents. The nature doesn't return to say, sorry, I blew little hard and it was a cyclonic storm. The nature will not say that. It will not come back to say sorry after the volcano, a volcanic eruption, an earthquake or a tsunami. Nature doesn't repent, doesn't condemn. Death, it changes happen, continuously happen. It's not a problem. I am, okay? I am dying. That becomes the problem. There is nothing called a problem in this world, friends. Is there a sense of bondage?